No limits, no boundaries. I see increase all around me. Say no limits, no boundaries. I see increase all around me. Come on, stretch forward.
All right, y'all, what's good? This is the conclusion, you know, part 3 of a video series entitled The True Name of the One We Worship. I'm Alante, in case you didn't know. In case you're somebody who likes to watch videos backwards, starting from part 3 and going to part 1. You know, it's all good, though. And bring you peace in the name of Yahuwah, Elohim of Yasharael, or Israel. You know. Whee! Today we're going to cover a number of topics. First, we're going to talk about how the church, today's mainstream churches, you know, how they're considered in ties with the government, the IRS, which is pretty bad. We're going to talk about how there's no pre-tribulation rapture. Something that a lot of people are misled on, a lot of Christian folk. And I'll have the scriptural evidence to support how there's no pre-tribulation rapture. We're going to talk about the day of Yahuwah. It's going to be epic. You can call it Judgment Day, call it Doomsday, call it the Apocalypse, whatever you want to call it. I just can't wait to see it. Then we're going to talk about how you can truly be saved in the name of Yahush. How you're going to inherit the reign of Yahuwah. First, we're going to do a little recap, a little review, tiny review about the names. Okay. Check it. Since Hebrew reads right to left, we see here Yod, Hey, Yuah, Hey. The Paleo Hebrew script, old script, about 2,000 plus years old. We have Yahuwah, or Yahuwah. This is the Father's name. The Son's name consists of Yod, Hey, Yuah, Shan, Ayan, Yahush, or Yahusha. The Father and the Son. The Son came in the Father's name. Yod, Hey, Yuah, Yod, Hey, Yuah. All right, there's a quick little recap. Okay, little something I want to talk about is the danger of not calling on his true name after you've received the knowledge, but you choose to reject it. He's going to, in a way, reject you until you come to your senses. The book of Mishlei, Proverbs 28:9, it says, "He who turns his ear from hearing the Torah, the truth, the law, even his prayer is an abomination." You think that's something that's good for your health? If you need help and you praying and calling on him, calling on Jesus and all this other stuff after you know his true name? Oh, I can't hear you. I don't know who you're talking to. That's basically what he's saying. That's bad. So, best to take heed and obey. Two types of people who will not get into the kingdom. They will not see the reign of Yahuwah. We have the believers and the non-believers. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But there's a difference between believers and servants, because Satan himself was a believer, but he did not obey. Servants obey their master's commands. Okay. Take a small side step to check out how church and state are intertwined nowadays. Pretty crazy stuff. Okay. Does anyone know what the section 501 C3 tax code is? Okay. It is a tax law provision granting exemption from the federal income tax to nonprofit organizations, but doesn't cover employment taxes. 501c3 applies to corporations, community chests, funds, or foundations organized and operated exclusively for religious, charitable, scientific, and other purposes. Churches were added to Section 501c3 of this tax code in 1954. Author Peter Kershaw accused then Senate Majority Leader Lyndon Johnson with using 501c3 to eliminate influence that the church has on public policy. When a church chooses to go incorporate and applies for 501c3, it invites government scrutiny into church finances and gives the IRS access to all types of files. Really? Yeah. Oh, but don't worry. All of your tithes, offerings, and monetary gifts, donations, they're all tax deductible. Right. That's crazy. This makes the church a subordinate or slave of the state, which displeases Yahuwah. Only about 10% of the country's churches are free and unincorporated. Okay. I just want to let y'all, know. I've said it before, a few times, that today's churches, a majority of them, are businesses, are indeed corporations. Go to Family Christian Center, used to be in Munster, Indiana. They had a Starbucks and a McDonald's in the lobby. What? Didn't Yahush go crazy when these people was in the temple money changing and stuff? He said they turned it to a den of thieves. Oh, look what's happening today. Okay, but anyway, back to the regularly scheduled program. Whoop. Okay. This thing about the rapture, it interested me for a while growing up. I don't know how or why. Well, I do know. Well, now I know. But while I was growing up, I didn't know why I was so fascinated with how the end of the world would play out. You know, I was led every Sunday when I was going to church to sit up in the pew while the pastor was preaching to read the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and 25, and then scope my way through Revelation. Like, when I was a young kid, I didn't know anything that was going on. Like, I just seen the sun gonna turn dark and the moon turn to blood. I was like, oh, that sounds pretty tight. But now that I'm at an age of wisdom where I can discern and have the Spirit's guidance, things are being revealed to me, you know what I'm saying, as we'll see later on. But while I was in Baptist church, I learned this doctrine of rapture. How before the Great Tribulation, this is false doctrine, mind you. Before the tribulation, the Great Tribulation, there's supposed to be a secret catching away of the church. Now, mind you, Christians replaced the true bride and tried to make themselves as the bride. But many Christians nowadays are Gentiles. They can't inherit the kingdom. They can't inherit the reign. Unless they're sealed for protection, immersed under the true name. Ooh, itchy. Okay. But yeah. Let's see. One of the biggest debates in the Christian religion about the end times is the theory of a secret rapture. It's like they think they're gonna get a free ticket out of the tribulation. But let's check out some commonly misinterpreted scriptures that many preachers use to back up their false theory of the rapture. First one, my favorite one. 1 Thessalonians, 4th chapter, 16th, 17th verse. And it reads, because the Master himself shall come down from heaven with a shout, with the voice of a chief messenger, and with the trumpet of Elohim, and the dead in Mashiach, Messiah, shall rise first. Then we, the living who are left over, shall be caught away together with them in the clouds to meet the Master in the air, and so shall we always be with the Master. Now, I don't know where it's implanted into people's heads that he's going to catch us away and take us back to heaven with him. Nowhere in scripture do you see him say that he's going to come back and take us to heaven. I mean, if you can find one, I'll gladly abandon my campaign. That's all I'm saying. Like when I speak this stuff, I speak it out of pure fearlessness. Like I don't care. It's the truth. Why not share the truth? You know, I don't scare no man. I don't scare anybody on this earth who can only damage my body. You kill me, you probably doing me a favor. You know what I'm saying? But I'd rather fear the one who can destroy both my body and my soul in the lake of fire. That's just how I operate. That's just how I roll. Okay. Okay, let's check out the scripture real quick. A couple things. Those who are left over shall be caught away together with them in the clouds to meet the master in the air. Okay, at the beginning of verse 16, it says, the master himself shall come down from heaven. Now, descend, we're going to be caught up to meet him as he descends. The Latin word, harpazo, rapturo, and all this other stuff. Okay, so what? It still don't mean we're going to see heaven. That's what I don't understand where people get this stuff from. Okay, 1 John chapter 17, verse 15, Yahushua is praying. Yeah, he's praying to Yahuwah, saying, I do not ask you to take them out of the world, but to keep them from the evil being the tribulation or the distress that we're going to face. If a rapture were to occur, that would mean that he would have to come back 3 times, which is not so, which is not going to happen, you know? Why would we go to heaven just to come back to earth? No. Okay, let's check out. Let's check this out. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Were they raptured from the distress of the fiery furnace when they refused to bow down to false idols, false gods? Was Daniel raptured from the lion's den? Was Yahushua himself raptured from his death at Calvary? The first 2 instances, there were angels, Malachim, who protected them, such as it will be on the day of his wrath. Job didn't get raptured either when he was being tested. He had to endure, something that we're going to have to learn how to do very quickly for these coming days. We're going to have to learn how to endure. He who endures to the end shall be saved. We ain't getting out of this. Everybody got to see it. But if you're sealed for protection, you are safe. We'll look at that later. When Yahushua said, in my Father's house there are many mansions, he was referring to the city in heaven, the new Jerusalem, the new Jerusalem, the new city of peace, which will descend, come down, according to Revelation 23, verses 1 through 3, which says, and I saw a renewed heaven and a renewed earth, for the former heaven and the former earth had passed away, and the sea is no more. And I, Yohanan, John, saw the set-apart city, renewed Jerusalem, coming down out of the heavens from Elohim, prepared as a bride, us, the chosen, adorned for her husband, him. And I heard a loud voice from the heaven saying, see, the booth, or the throne, of Elohim is with men, and he shall dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and Elohim himself shall be with them, and be their Elohim. The booth, his earthly throne, is the Ark of the Covenant, which has been hidden away for many years, hundreds of years. You know, check out the book of Daniel, chapter 9:27, where you'll see the mission of the Messiah, which is something that he accomplished when he was on earth, when he died, which was to anoint the most set apart, the mercy seat, which is the seat part of the Ark of the Covenant. In the latter days, the Ark of the Covenant will be revealed to the people to provide witness of everything that's been taught through the years according to his word. You know, we're going to see the original Ten Commandments. We're going to see the staff of Aaron, stuff like that. Okay, now we're going to find out how the current heavens and the current earth will be made new. What's going to happen? Like, that they have to be made over again. You know what I'm saying? What's going to happen? Most pre-tribulation rapture folks today are Sunday Sabbath people, Sunday Sabbath Christians, you know. But the Sunday Sabbath is not the day of worship. This was first made law by the Roman Emperor Constantine, or the first Pope, back from the year in between the years 325 and 330 A.D. When the time comes, those who have accepted the Torah and walked firm in their testimony of Yahush will be snatched to meet Yahush in the air as he's descending. In Matthew, Mattatyahu, chapter 24, verses 29 through 31, Yahushua says specifically, immediately after the distress of those days, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give its light, and the stars shall fall from the heavens, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. Then the sign of the Son of Adam shall appear in the heavens, and the tribes of the earth shall mourn, and they shall see the Son of Adam coming on the clouds with power and much esteem. And he shall send his messengers with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather his chosen ones from the four winds and from one end of the heavens to the other. This is powerful stuff. Like, when you take your time, sit down, analyze, pray for discernment, this stuff opens up to you like, huh, you know, it's amazing. Okay. Now, I know a lot of people are going to watch these videos and reject the words that I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. That's on you. But a time is going to come when you're going to beg to listen. That's just how it is. Like, I don't mean to put myself on a pedestal at all, you know, trying to put myself above any man. Because my teaching, my words, they're not my own, but they're the words of the one who I come in the name of, Yahuwah. I'm just saying, like, this ain't my stuff. Like, I wasn't even going to do this till I was sitting up, like, yesterday, last night, a couple nights ago, I was just sleep. Then something smacked me, like, do a video series. I just woke up and just started writing this down, writing down the outline. I'm like, shoot, okay. Okay. Everyone not sealed for protection, the elitists, the globalists, the Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, the satanic agenda, homosexuals, secular humanists, abortionists, atheists, agnostics, and those who practice false religion will indeed experience a breakdown in sanity. Minds gonna snap, hearts gonna melt, you know. But because we know his name, Yahush wants us, his body, to be aware of the coming events. In the book of Tahalim, Psalms, chapter 91, verses 5 through 8, it says, "You are not afraid of the dread by night, of the arrow that flies by day, of the pestilence that walks in darkness, of destruction that ravages at midday. 1,000 fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it does not come near you. Only with your eyes you look on and see the reward of the wrong ones." Reward of the wrong ones. This means the punishment. Don't let reward fool you. Don't let that word fool you. Ain't gonna be no reward for the wicked. Like, no good reward. Reward means punishment in this context. Nothing will happen to the Kadashim, the set apart ones, because we know him. We know him. Not of him. We don't know of him. We actually do know him, have a relationship with him. But millions out there only know of him. In the book of Joel, chapter 2, verses 30 through 32, Yahuwah says, "And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of Yahuwah comes." The sun into darkness. That's interesting. We're going to talk about that. The study of cosmology will help us understand what we will witness. The sudden flickering out of the object, which Yahuwah gave us for light and warmth, the sun, will frighten everyone alive. Now the sun is in currently the sun is in equilibrium, balanced between the outward pressure of its thermonuclear process and the inward gravitational pull caused by its mass. The phrase moon into blood refers to an optical principle of the light spectrum. When the sun goes out, it will be Yahuwah temporarily stopping the thermonuclear activity that's going on deep inside the sun, where hydrogen is constantly being converted into helium fusion under extreme pressure and temperature. When this process stops, the photosphere, the visibly showing shell of glowing gas of the sun, will undergo an immediate spectral change towards the red, and the gas ball will go out like a campfire. It will still glow brightly, and this is what will make the moon seem the color of blood, reflecting the light of the red sun. The sun will literally shrink to less than half of what its currently perceived size is. So that right there is going to scare a lot of people out of their minds, you know. But what follows is worse, like a billion times worse. When the sun reignites, I don't know why I like this. When the sun reignites from the pressure of the collapsing gas, there will be a solar nova, or burst of heat, light, and plasma. This will seriously scorch the earth, and many will be burnt to a crisp, like dead bacon on Saturday morning. I'm just saying. This wrath will not touch those who walk in the covenant, however, because we will be clothed with immortality just as these events begin to unfold. It says, in the twinkling of an eye, we shall be changed. We're going to become like Yahush in body. You know, we're going to have immortal body. We're going to be clothed with incorruptibility. Whew. The entire earth will be consumed by darkness as stars, meteors, will begin to smack the earth, exposing magma, and those who live near volcanoes will be consumed by lava. Yeshayahu, Isaiah 13:9 says, see, the day of Yahuwah is coming, fierce, with wrath and heat of displeasure, to lay the earth waste and destroy its sinners from it. The book of Mattathiyahu, chapter 13, 49 and 50, Yahusha says, thus shall it be at the end of the age. The messengers shall come forth and separate the wicked out of the midst of the righteous, and shall throw them into the furnace of fire. There will be a wailing and gnashing of teeth. The majority of Christians have been listening to misguided teachings, making them unprepared to stand in the day of wrath. These will be the survivors whom Yahuwah will call, assisted by the Natsarim, who will be on the earth in the distressed days. Like me, my purpose, is to help people be restored to the covenant and overcome the many false teachings put on them by these misled teachers and preachers. They will learn that Sunday is not the day that Yahuwah first anointed. And because of their distress, they will listen to people like me more closely. They will not argue about the true name, and many will submit to immersion for the remission of sin and be sealed for protection. Now, I'm going to explain to you how you can be saved. Pay attention. In the book of Yirmiyahu, Jeremiah, chapter 31, verses 33, it says, for this is the covenant I will make the house of Yasharal after those days, says Yahuwah. I will put my Torah within them and write it on their hearts. I will be their Elohim. They will be my people. Now, Yahush was the living Torah. When we choose to accept the truth, we're asking Yahuwah to write the law on our hearts. The Torah originally was the first 5 books of the scriptures, Genesis through Deuteronomy, which contains 613 odd laws that the people of Israel couldn't possibly keep, which constantly displeased Yahuwah. So he sent Yahush, which was the mediator for the covenant, and today the 10 Commandments still applies. Don't be fooled. Okay. Which is found in Exodus, Shmuth, chapter 20, verses 2 through 17. Now, in order to be truly saved, there are 3 steps. Accept the love for his Torah. Ask him to write it on your heart. Become submerged under water in his true name, Yahush, the Redeemer. Wait. Oh, okay. Whew, okay. And right when you do it, you can pray this simple prayer. I mean, you can do it right now if you want. I mean, if you're ready. Father Yahuwah, come into my heart, make it your temple, inscribe your Torah into my heart as I accept the love for it. I ask that you wipe away my offenses towards you. I repent, and I have chosen to turn from my own wicked understanding and embrace your truth. In your son Yahushua's name, Amen. Okay, you don't need anybody's permission to get immersed, baptized. You can do it in the privacy of your own home. You can use your own bathtub, swimming pool. Not many people around you is going to baptize you in the name of Yahush. I'm just saying, that's the truth. But that concludes the series. You got any questions, hit me up. Find me on Facebook, Alante, Don Illuminati, one word, Williams. Thank you all for watching, paying attention. You know, hope you all take something from this. I hope you all heed the warning, because the time is indeed near. Follow me on Twitter, man. I'm just playing. Y'all ain't gotta follow me on Twitter. But any questions, hit me up. Hit me up on the YouTube in the inbox. I'll respond any way that I can. You know, this is what we do out here. I'm here to help. I'm here to help y'all. Impart the truth to you all in patience and love. That's something I got to deal with, though. I got to work on that, patience. 'Cause some stuff nowadays just seems outright stupid to me, but I have to catch myself, you know, and understand and remember that I was where y'all are at. So I can't get too mad, because I was sitting up there on Sunday myself, listening to this stuff. But I'll be back with some more videos soon. I gotta wait for him to tell me what he wants me to talk about. But I'll be back.
Not a man.
Have a good night, everyone.
I cannot lie. I know the plans for your life. I'm asking you to dream again, believe again, and take the limits off of me.